Guys, welcome back to my channel into the third season with Crystal Palace, and for the first time we are in Europe and we've got 52 million to spend. I was expecting more than that, but let's see who we got in the first month. Leeds away, Arsenal at home, and then Fulham away. Tough fixtures, guys. Are we ready? We signed 2 players already this season. That is Botman and Guardiola. But let me tell you one more thing, guys. This is going to be tricky because we cannot really sign another player. I really wanted to sign someone to play on the left-hand flank. Let me try if I can put... Yeah, I can put Calvert-Lewin there, Danjuma on the left. So this is my starting 11 going into the third season with Crystal Palace. Guys, I've got some contracts running out. Definitely going to be renewing this guy, German international, 32. I can definitely keep him for longer. Mitchell maybe leaving, but he's got 11 months on his contract. Can't let players go for free. And Eze, captain, definitely gonna have to renew his contract and make sure he accepts. He does accept it. And any more players? We've got one. He's on loan actually from Genk, loan to Ghent in Europe, Eastern Europe maybe. But looking at this team, guys, I think we can get into the Champions League. If not via the league, we can definitely win the Europa League and get into the Champions League that way. First game of the season is away to Leeds at Ellen Road. Let's see if we can actually get 3 points. And 3 points, Rak-Saki with the goal. The youngster coming on for Danjuma and getting the winner later on for Palace. Guys, second game into the new season at Selhurst Park this time, and it is a big one against Arsenal. Let's go to the game. And guess what, guys? This is my 100th game in charge for Crystal Palace. That is one milestone under my belt. And if I can actually win it, 3 points here against the big fish Arsenal, we can definitely boost the morale. We've already won first game of the season. The morale is high. Let's keep it that way, guys. Let's go to the kickoff. Oh, Eze wins it. Oh, what a ball. Calvert-Lewin, is he going to score? And he scores in the 2nd minute of the game. Poor start from the Gunners at the back. And Calvert-Lewin only scored, I think, 5 goals last season. Scores his first one today. What a ball from Eze. That was great, Nick. 2 minutes into the game. 1-0 to Palace. Oh, chance for Odegaard. Oh, what a save by Leno, the former Arsenal man, keeping his former captain. Is Martinelli. Oh, he's been tackled into the box in a penalty and a yellow card to Palace's man. Oh, what a mistake that is. Is he going to miss? I think he is going to miss. Great save by Leno. Read it well. Amrabat passes on to Calvert-Lewin. He's beaten the man. Is he going to lift it over Ramsdale? He tries to. Oh, Ramsdale tips it over the bar. He's a good goalkeeper. He's dropped at the moment to Raya at Arsenal and IRL. I think he's unfairly dropped, guys. What do you think? Write down in the comments section. I really think, I feel sorry for him. It's not like he's made any mistakes in the previous season. He's just dropped to a newcomer. I think it would have been better if he were to be used for the Champions League games and the Cup games rather than every game. But that's what it looks like at the moment for Arsenal. As he should score, he scores past Ramsdale. Empty net, oh, he misses a sitter. What a miss that is from the youngster. Guys, looking at the results in September, a draw against Fenerbahce at home and a poor defeat in the Carabao Cup to Blackpool on penalty shootout. So the champions of Carabao Cup are already out in round 3. But for now, let's go to Selhurst Park as we are playing Manchester United. Soufiane Amrabat playing against his former club. Oh, what a chance for Calvert-Lewin. Is he going to score another quick one? He shoots. Oh, what a save. I think that's Dean Henderson. He's not even Onana in net. Oh, chance for Abraham. And what a save by Leno. A certain goal saved by the Palace's goalkeeper. Here's Soufiane Amrabat. Oh, he tries passing it forward. What a chance for Anthony. Keeper should save. And another absolutely magical save by Leno. Oh, chance for Tomori, and this time they do score. United are 1-0 up here at Selhurst Park. Oh, penalty! Soufiane Amrabat wins the penalty. I think the handball came off Pogba. He's being penalised. He's talking to the referee. I'm not quite sure if it's him or Eriksen. He's actually Paul Pogba, and the poor man concedes the penalty last minute of the first half. Danjuma to take it. Should be crucial, this one. And it is 1-1 at Selhurst Park. What a game so far. Crystal Palace been attacking. It has been coming, guys. And 1-1. And with no pressure on him, defender concedes a penalty. Poor defending that is from the former West Ham man. Is he going to miss it? No, this time Leno goes the wrong way and United are back 2-1 up. Mitchell, what a run he's doing here. Is he going to score? Oh, great solo equaliser straight from the kickoff. United concede yet another goal. Poor defending by United. They were rooted to the spot, to be fair. And Mitchell running to his manager, congratulating him. Is he congratulating his manager or is he just winding the opponents up? But anyways, what a goal by Mitchell. Oh, passes on to Eze. She'll score 3-2 to Crystal Palace. What a turnaround. United took the lead twice in this game, but Crystal Palace, who have taken the lead with only 12 minutes remaining, can they keep winning? They have not lost this season, I reckon, in the first 5 games or so. Can they keep a clean sheet in the next 12 minutes and take all 3 points? Guys, I've made the necessary changes, rotating some players, and Sam Johnson come back in his spot in net, and they are up against Helsinki in Finland. Let's see if he can actually win this game. And a 2-1 victory. Calvert-Lewin with a brace. What a player he is. What a turnaround again. And middle of October, guys. Next game is against QPR. Looking at the results, we've not been defeated. We actually have been defeated once against Fulham. Let's go check the table. Oh, we're currently sitting 6th and 7 points behind Spurs. Can we get into the Champions League spot this season? Only 7 games in. I'm feeling we can do it so this season. Guys, a tricky trip at Selhurst Park this time for QPR. They may be thinking they can get something out of it, but I'm telling you, Crystal Palace are a different breed this season. Joe Willock, is that the former Arsenal man in there? Dicky, I can remember him from Blackburn days, and that is Dunn. I'm not quite sure which Dunn is doing. Jorgensen, I can remember him, rings a bell. So this is the team I'm going with. Let's go to the game. Oh, what a ball! Is he onside, Calvert-Lewin? Oh, he goes past the goalkeeper, shoots into the empty net, and yes, Crystal Palace are 1 goal to the good weapon there. And yes, it is 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Game done. It's 2-0. Oh, 13 minutes into the game. And QPR are being demolished by Calvert-Lewin, but not by Palace, but Calvert-Lewin himself. 2-0, 3 points in the bag for sure now. And guys, final result is 4-0. Amrabat and Raksaki. He's one player that I really should be holding on to. This guy's, I think he's only 20 and he's really performing. That's not his first goal of the season, you know. I think his 3rd. 3 points to Palace. And guys, we are up against Everton now in November. Only 1 Europa League game and actually 2 Europa League games remaining, and we are on 10 points. So 10 points is the mark really that makes you go through. In the last 2 Premier Leagues game, prior to the defeats at Wolverhampton Wanderers, we scored 9 goals against Brighton and 4 against 9 goals in total, 4 against QPR and 5 against Brighton and 4 actually against Nottingham Forest. So October has been a goal fest now against Everton, but before that, let's go check the table. And at the moment, 11 games into the season, we are 4 points behind the league leader Spurs, who's had 2 defeats themselves. We've just drawn 2 more games than then. Once we play Spurs, I'm not quite sure when that would be. Definitely not in the month of November. We've got Liverpool game in December. Then we play Man City away at Burnley. I don't think we're playing Spurs this month, or we might have just played them. But what a start for Palace this season. We're actually playing in December against Spurs. The last game of December in the Premier League. All as well, Correa to shoot, and hits the crossbar, and Palace have to clear the lines. They don't at the moment, and they've conceded. Everton 1-0 up. Not quite sure who scored. It is Cunha. No, Ben Rama, the former West Ham United man. 1-0 to Everton. It has been a ping pong since the free kick that hit the crossbar. Leno was on the floor, and his defence couldn't really clear it out for him. And Everton 1-0 up 5 minutes into the second half. He's got 1 goalkeeper, Pickford, into the empty net, and Palace have equalised. Pickford, poor keeping. And Everton have conceded 5 minutes after they scored. Olise with a solo effort, beating 3 men and 1 goalkeeper, rounding him in and past the goalkeeper into the empty net. 1-1. He's got a chance. Is he going to cross it in? Is he going to shoot? 2-1 to Palace. What a turnaround by Olise. The man himself scores his second goal of the game. And within 6 minutes, that's his second goal. And Palace have turned the game on his head. What a turnaround in the second half. Well, here's Rak-Sakyi. First chance to take on Everton defence. He's gone inside of the player. Hits the crossbar, actually the post. What an effort by the young teenager. He's cost her first touch in the game, I reckon. Danjuma definitely secures 3 points for Palace. What a goal for Palace. Danjuma with yet another goal this season. And his 3 points home. And final result, Everton got one back with Cunha, and that was just nothing more than consolation. Guys, in January we couldn't be asking for a more difficult start to the new year. And with Calvert-Lewin out injured, we'll have to go with one of our reserve players, Rossi. He can't start, of course, but we're going to start with Rak-Sakyi up front. That's how bad things have gone for Palace. But before we even go to the Liverpool game, let's try buying a player worth around 14 million. We'll do after the game. Let's quick sim the game at Anfield. Oh, 2-2 draw. Bruno Costa with a late equaliser. Luis Diaz with a goal. Mo Salah missed another penalty for... Hey, Doucouré playing for Palace. I thought he was playing for Everton in the previous game. My bad, guys. What a blunder in the commentary box. Darwin Núñez with an opener. Doucouré equalised. Luis Diaz and then Bruno Costa with an equaliser for Palace. Guys, the number 1 target for Crystal Palace should be this Wolverhampton Wanderers player. 32 million is market value. We are going to offer him 35. You can't take no risk. And 83 overall, definitely one player to buy in the January transfer window. Wolves were really greedy with that. We offered them 35, then 37. They settled on 39. That is some greediness to a level. But anyways, we are settling with the player, 3-year contract. Let's see if the Portuguese is going to put the pen to the paper. He's accepting it. Looks like yes. What a catch that is, guys. Another player, a Portuguese, 83 overall up front. Replacing Calvert-Lewin probably for the rest of the season. Looks like it. He went off with a stretcher. Well, actually he didn't. But it looks like he is out for the rest of the season. 84. What a signing. Guys, another blunder. Sorry about that. We are in December, not in January. So the signing we actually made is going to be available from the 1st of January. And for now, let's go to the Etihad. And currently, I'm going to show you the Premier League table after this game. And we'll surprise you guys. Oh, 3-2 defeats City. Late goal from Grealish. Rak-Sakyi got the equaliser in the 81st minute. 4 minutes later, Grealish wasn't settling for a draw. Guys, the injury for Calvert-Lewin may well cost us dear. Defeat to City, fair enough. Draw to Burnley, defeat to Newcastle. Let's go check the table. And we are 4th. Before the City game, we were 2nd in the table, and now we've dropped points and all the way 12 points behind Spurs, who we play now. We definitely have to win and close the gap down to 9 points. But title is slipping away from Crystal Palace. I think it might well slipped away from us, but we can get into the top 4 for next season. And guys, with 72 rated striker up front, let's hope that we get better chances, easy chances to score for the youngster. Guys, a free kick for Palace in a very dangerous position. I'm going to show you how to take free kicks as well. So when you have a free kick in this certain position, right-footed player, try curling outside and 3.5 power, and this goes, oh, it hits the wall. What's a run by Eze? He's beaten 2 men. John Stones in there. Eze should score, and finally Palace score on the stroke of half time. Eric Dyer fuming with his defensive partners. Emi Martinez is shambles in the first half. He should be saving that. The World Cup winner should be saving this type of efforts. But it is 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Danjuma going past Reguilon easily. Passes on to Eze. Should score. Should seal it. And he does. Emi Martinez beaten after a long loss after saving so many efforts. Crystal Palace definitely taking the 3 points. And final result, it is 2-1 to Palace. John Stones got one back for Spurs, and Eze with the booking in the last 5 minutes. Guys, we are in January, and looking at the results in the first 2 games, win against Liverpool, that is fantastically impressive, and a defeat to Man City again, 3-2 again for the second time in 24 days. But here, big game in the FA Cup against Sunderland. We hope that we can actually beat them and get into the round 4. We do. Olise and Danjuma with the goals. Thompson scored for Sunderland. And it was 9-10 men Sunderland actually. They had one player sent off in the first half. That is Kirkin. I've also done a Sunderland rebuild. Huge game away to the Emirates. On much different looking defence at the Emirates. Tavares is in to Verge. Timber, Vanderson, let's quick sim and see if we've actually beaten them or defeated the Arsenal. Jesus and Bailey with the goal. Danjuma got one back for Crystal Palace, a little too late. Guys, next game is against Leeds United. Before that, let's go check the table. We are currently 4th, and that is a good spot, but having been 2nd early December, I think we have kind of messed it up. But anyways, it's Crystal Palace, small club against a very big club here, Manchester City, Chelsea and Liverpool and Spurs as well as Manchester United, who's still in the mix for the top 4. We've got one player injured, but the new signing is here, hoping that he can get into the starting 11. So guys, welcome back to my channel in the Crystal Palace rebuild. We are in the C episode number 4 and season number 3, currently 4th in the table and also in the Europa League. Next game is against Leeds United at home. Let's see if we can actually beat them. Let's quick sim the game. 3-2 narrow victory. We were 2-1 down at one point, but the new signings get theirs from Wolves, and Olise got the winner late on. Palace with 3 points. Guys, in March already, and looking at the month, we've got Celtic in the last 16 of the Europa League. What a tie that is. Crystal Palace, Celtic, Young Boys, Galatasaray, Sporting Salzburg, PSV, Fenerbahce, Inter, Rangers, Dortmund are in here as well. They're playing Feyenoord, Monaco playing Napoli, and Wolfsburg, Fiorentina. Tough matches here, but for now, guys, let's focus on this game here in the FA Cup. Away to Ipswich. 4-2 victory. That is fantastic. Late goal from Broadhead equalised for Ipswich. The game went to extra time and they ran out of fuel. We got the 2 goals. We are into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Guys, a huge game in Europe here against Celtic. Not going to make any changes. Let's hope we win the away game. 1-1 draw. Danjuma missing a late penalty 2 minutes after Celtic actually equalised in the game in 82nd minute. 2 minutes later, Danjuma missed a penalty. We are up against Bournemouth. Let's make some changes in the team to rotate the squad around, keep everyone happy. Diop comes back in. Johnston should take Leno's place in here. And I think Bowie should start in ahead of Olise, just to round things up here, mix things up against Bournemouth in the FA Cup quarterfinals. Have we made it to semis? Yes, we have. What a win! 2-0 at Selhurst Park. Olise and Guedes with the goal for Palace. And final result is 3-2. It was 3-1 in the first half. Shaparenko, the thing is, must be Ukrainian. He got 2 goals back for Brentford. Danjuma then missed his 3rd penalty of the season. Palace did come out with 3 points though. Huge game at Selhurst Park against Chelsea. Can they take another 3 points and cement their spot in the European football again for next season? And draw. Lisa and Skriniar with the 1st minute goal for Chelsea. Crystal Palace did peg back late in the game. Guys, already in April and we are in the semi-final against Manchester City. Looking at the results in April, a bit of a mixed reaction by the fans and the board. 2 defeats to Spurs and Newcastle, a victory against Villa and Bournemouth. And let's go check the table. The board is not really happy with me, but checking the board. And looking at the semi-final, Chelsea, West Brom, we play Manchester City. Let's check the Premier League table. We are currently 5th and 7 points behind Liverpool. We kind of messed it up here for ourselves, shot ourselves in the foot, losing so many points. all throughout the second half of the season. We were in the second spot and a few points behind Spurs at the time in December, but now we are well off behind Liverpool, 7 points with only 5 games remaining. I doubt we can get into the Champions League again this season. Guys, a huge game against Manchester City in the semi-final, a chance to get in Europa League again. We are already in the Europa League spot, but that'll be one more trophy to the cabinet of Crystal Palace, which has been empty for more than 30 years. Guys, players are making their way onto the pitch on what could be a crucial day for either teams. Leno, who's not won a trophy with Arsenal, manages to win the Carabao Cup with Crystal Palace in the first season of Expert Khan. But at the moment, they are in the semis against Manchester City, one of the favourites to win everything from the start of the season. Currently struggling to win the league, to be honest. Spurs are ahead of them with 5 games remaining, but City are not going to give up. We are up against City and a chance to get into the final against Chelsea or West Brom. And couldn't put his laces through it. Here's Guedes, who's been scoring ever since he's come on for the Crystal Palace in the second half of the season. He's Olise, Eze in the centre, great defending, not too convincingly, and Guedes, he scores! Oh, poor defending by Nathan Ake. He takes it away from Ederson, then he slips in the 6-yard box. Guedes had time to take 2 shots, not just one. Is Ruben Diaz as well. He just turns into the striker, and the former Wolves man scores against Manchester City. Here's Eze running at the defence, should be scoring, passes on to Guedes, and it's 2-0 already. It's the Crystal Palace. They are really running riots. 20 minutes into the game, City are not getting near enough here. Poor defending by Nathan Ake again. Diaz loses his marker. Nathan Ake runs away from the goal scorer. And of course he's going to score 2-0 to Palace. Mismanagement by City at the back. Guardiola won't be happy here. Playing properly. Here's Eze, and Cadiz can really wrap it up for Crystal Palace. Lifts the goalkeeper. Oh, it is in! Ederson punches the ball off the post, and Guedes has already scored a hat-trick. 36 minutes into the game. Unbelievable marking by City at the back. How are they even contention for the FA Cup? We are definitely clear of them today. And the result is 3-2. City got 2 back in the second half. De Bruyne and Grealish, but it wasn't to be. Palace march on to the final. Oh, it's Chelsea again. They beat Chelsea in the Carabao Cup couple of seasons ago, and now they're playing them in the FA Cup. It would be crucial. Can they take revenge, Chelsea, or is it going to be Palace's day again? Guys, with 2 games remaining and in the FA Cup final against Chelsea, 2 games are up against West Ham away and Fulham at home. Let's go check the table if we are actually in the top 5. And guys, we are 5 points ahead of Arsenal and only 2 games remaining. Definitely in Europa League again, but we are... Oh, Man City leading the race for the title. I'm not quite sure how Spurs can bottle it from that situation. They were leading the table up until April, the last time I checked the tables. But it looks like City are the champions. Yes, they've already won it last weekend. I didn't realise that. Chelsea and Liverpool are in the Champions League spot for sure. Guys, another game here. Crucial game in the history of Palace. An Expert Khan as a manager. Chance to get another trophy with the club whose cabinet is really empty all the time. Let's go to Wembley and see if we can actually beat Chelsea to the FA Cup final. Oh, Palace making little strides here. Guedes, is he going to scoop it in? I think he did. Oh, yellow card to Reece James earlier on. He has to be careful now. A corner to Palace. Eze with a quick one. I think there's a handball in there. Referee says play on. It might be just off his shoulder, but Chilwell is on the ball. Oh, and Nkunku has gone through. Keeper comes out, but Leno is beaten. It is 1-0 to Chelsea. Looks like Chelsea are in the mood today. And Nkunku does score this time, and this time it's not disallowed like it was in the previous final. Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 0. Oh, chance for Nkunku, and Mitchell does pick it up and cleared for his team. Here's Soufiane Amrabat. Olise, who's been quiet so far. Eze gets the ball. Oh, he's beaten the defender. Upamecano, poor defending. Eze should score, and he does. Palace are back in the game 10 minutes into the second half. And what a crucial goal in the career of this youngster. 25 years of age, and definitely he's got the world at his feet. it seems like since getting the armband off Guhe, who left for Porto last season. Into the last 20 minutes of the game, can Palace really nick it in the end? Here's Mudryk though, wins it in the halfway line. Here's Mudryk again. He's got Nkunku into the box. Is it Sterling? Is Nkunku and Leno, easy catch. And quick start by the goalkeeper is Danjuma. Picks it up. Oh, Eze picked it up in the middle of the park. Should have been a good ball, but defender. Oh, here's Mudryk, clear on goal. Chance for Chelsea. Leno with an absolutely brilliant save. Saving the cup for Crystal Palace. And Elise is going off for Raksaki. And Rafinha versus De Gea. Leno saves the first one. Danjuma versus De Gea. Shoots more. He misses for Palace. Fernandes versus Leno, what a save! He tried dinking it in, tried to be clever as they should score past De Gea, and it is 1-0 to Palace. What a penalty. Sterling up against Leno, should save it, no, centre of the net. Gades versus Leno into the top corner. Don't care if you have two keepers in net. Here's Ruiz, Fabian Ruiz, wrong foots the goalkeeper into the net. Guardiola. Nothing but a goal for Crystal Palace in this moment in time. Guardiola scores. Cucurella, I know a lot about him. He misses. And the trophy is coming to Palace again. They beat on Chelsea twice in the cup. And the last 30 years have been forgotten. They have two big trophies in their cabinet. FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. And both beating Chelsea in the final. What a final this was. Cucurella missing the penalty. There's a trick to saving penalties, guys. If you really want to learn this trick, tell me. I can make a short video of that. But what a win that is in the final. Eze and Nkunku with the goals for their teams. But it was the penalty shootout that decided the game. And there it is, guys. Players are making their way to lift the trophy. Eze, the captain's armband, he deserves it. He's been electric throughout the career of Expert Card, and they have won it here. The cup is in their hands. Second added to the cabinet that's been emptied for more than three decades. But this time they've got the big one, beating Chelsea in the FA Cup final. Guys, the season is over. Let's do a quick recap. Chelsea losing the title to Manchester City with 8 points. The gap. Palace finish in the Europa League spot again this season. Brentford, Sheffield United, QPR down and out in the Championship. FA Cup goes to Palace, beating Chelsea 3-2 in the final on penalties, of course. City beating Chelsea 2-0 in the Carabao Cup. Manchester City losing out on UEFA Super Cup to Atalanta 4-3 on penalties. Real Madrid losing to their arch rivals Barcelona in the Champions League final. Dortmund beating Fiorentina in the UEFA Europa League. Conference League goes to Celta Vigo, beating Lazio 1-0. And I've been tipped to do Celta Vigo in the near future. I'm going to decide what to do. Stay tuned to my channel, guys. If you like my video, subscribe to my channel. I'll be uploading more FIFA content. And very soon I'm doing the FC24. Sorry, I got it wrong again. FC24. And my first career mode is going to be a big surprise for you guys.